So today is the 2024 Game Shack store tour. Welcome to Game Shack Retro, your place for new and vintage games, consoles and accessories, Magic and Pokemon cards, new vintage toys, and home to Cherry Street music. So today is the 2024 Game Shack store tour. Y'all welcome me. I'm not cleaning anything up at all. I'm just gonna leave it all like it is, like we normally run our game store. So I'm gonna start off in the front of the store where the store opens up, begins this way. I'm going to show you what's in the front when you walk in the door. So first off, we have comic books. And I don't carry these to make profit. I carry these to keep a little bit of the past alive. People bring them in. I don't pay much for them and I don't sell them for much. It's just something for the kids to look through, to kind of turn them on to something new. There's some of these in here people tell me that are worth a bunch of money. I don't care. I just want something for the kids to enjoy that we had in our past. I thought that might be a cool thing, cool way to start. I don't sell a lot of them, but it doesn't really matter. Next, what I do is old school systems as soon as you walk in, and I do that on purpose. The Nintendo, Super Nintendos and all of that, I think is really are really great systems. Old school, I do the best that I can to clean them and scrub them and scrape them and do whatever it takes to keep them running for now. But I still really try to sell the newer systems, 30 or newer technology. A lot of it is HDMI right to the back of your TV. Just works better altogether. Carts usually top loader on the both that I carry. I carry the Hyperkin and the old school units. The old school is not an emulator. It's using the cart, using the data on the cart to store. The Hyperkin is an emulator, and what it does is it basically brings you HD version of what it is. Just you have a choice there. I carry both versions for that reason. And I have these beautiful consoles in here that I've rebuilt, but 99% of the time I try, and my return rates are really low because of that. I try to keep as many of these in here clean that I can. People still demand, they want that nostalgia, they want it in their gaming area, and I think that that's great that they're there. Their kids see it, or their friends see it, they play it. I think it's great. Behind me now, when you walk in the door as well, you see our old school t-shirts. There was a kid named Hiram that used to come in here. He was like 9 years old. He did this design for us when we were very first here. And we've kept this shirt. This was our first year printed tee that we did. And we do one roughly every year, every other year. And we keep them in the store, but we sold out of these things. And I'm keeping this thing on the wall and the one next to it. That was our year 1 and year 2. That we did, and I just think that it's cool. It's nostalgia for me because I love the community of people that come in here. I love that we had a kid that did that, and I just think that it's great. Now, I try to keep the old school games up front too. It's a retro store. You should walk in and see retro when you walk into a retro store, and then I keep all the other stuff around too. But Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the banger games, the really, really good games that are expensive, I keep in glass cases. These cases I bought from a defunct GameStop, I believe. I think this one was, there was probably, I think there was 3 or 4 of them that I got these cases from different places. I don't know if they had 1 or 2 in the stores, but I ended up with like 3 or 4 of them. But they make for, they were DS cases or 3DS cases at one time. And I used these to store the Super Nintendo, and N64, and that's around the corner there. But I use those to store those games in. They're just perfect for the size. You can move the little shelves up and down, and we still have an aisle with the games. They're, I try to keep them to where you can read them. Most of the games are, if you turn them on the side, you've got to turn your head. So I have them put in there to where you can read them, and those games are the ones that are not, there's not a lot of money in those. Don't have to keep them in a glass case because people will walk off with them if you just at random stick them out on the floor. They'll end up in somebody's pocket and out the door. But the regular games I keep in the glass cases, and I think that that's a good thing. Above that, I keep the GameCube. I never get any GameCube in here hardly. When it does come in, it comes in 200, 300 games. I don't understand why nobody walks in with one GameCube game. So if you live in the area and you've got any GameCube games, bring them down. Comment in the comments about if you have a store and you're doing this too. What do you do to get GameCube games in your store? Is it something that you have to go after on eBay? I noticed that the eBay prices are higher than what we're paying charting prices for retail in our stores. Don't think that's right when you can buy a Happy Meal cheaper than you can buy a video game that'll last you 20 years. There's something wrong with this picture in the long term, but it's just my opinion that this should not be an issue. A lot of collectors, GameCube went over well. There should be a lot of them out there in the market. Same thing for N64. They never walk in the door. But when they do, I got to pull out the checkbook and write a great big check because somebody's got 7,500 of them, and they're good titles, and I'm never going to pass that up. But if you guys have any information, anything that you know of, why that we have a problem with that, put it in the comments down below so I'll know. Teach me, school me, because I need to know these things. And if you've got another direction, I know they're coming from China and everywhere else. They're buying them for nothing and sell them for, big dollars. I'm constantly swatting after whatever the deal was with the last fake that's coming to the store. It's getting really hard to do because these games, they play and they save like they should. They're doing what they're supposed to do. But what a mess trying to keep up with what's new and what's not. And oh my goodness. Now, when you walk down the great big aisle down here, this thing goes about, I don't know, this building's about 80 foot long. It goes all the way down. I try to keep in my store your everyday 360, PS3, PS2, Xbox Original, Wii. That's what's on this wall. And if you see more than one title of Assassin's Creed next to the other, that's I do that because I would rather keep a smaller amount on the wall, but I would rather you have more to choose from when it comes to titles. A little hard to do. It's a little hard to keep it stored and constantly bring it in and out of storage, and I have to do that once or twice a month. This gets depleted down. There's a great big hole in it right now because I sell a lot of 360 here in the valley. I'm not really sure. Well, I mean, up until now, we lived in an area where we had hardly any good internet. I had 8 megabyte up and down at home for years and years, and until this last year we finally got Firewire here, or fiber optics, whatever you want to call it, but they call it Firewire. But it was installed here, and now we can stream at home or whatever. But before you couldn't do that, so I'm sure that's the reason why I have such a full game store in the middle of rural Tennessee, in the middle of Nowhereville. Have a lot of games still, and people are still gaming a lot, because they didn't have good internet. They couldn't stream, and if they did stream, it took them forever to upload their game and to update it and to do the things they need for modern gaming. All right, next thing I do is I carry movies. Old school movies, I try to carry, great stuff. Whatever comes in the door, pretty much. If something that was brought in here, I take them in on trade. I try not to pay cash for them. They don't, they're really going out, but it fits the retro deal, along with the mags that are up on the top up here. I try to carry gaming mags if I can. I try not to take anything other than gaming mags. A lot of stuff, if it's gaming related, then I try to carry it. I think it's a good thing to do that. I also carry some VHS tapes. VHS tapes, I try to only carry the Disney if I can, and if it's a great title, something that somebody may be looking for, I do that. I don't get real heavy with it because I don't want to take up a lot of retail space with it. It's not something that moves really fast. Probably a big dumb move, but it's just another thing that gives me an opportunity. Somebody walks in here on any given Saturday, there's no telling where they're from. They might see a movie, they might see a VHS tape they've been looking for. I noticed a lot of it when I was down in Florida, that there were game stores that had VHS. I think it's cool, it's a good thing. All right, so I realize this is a lot of content. I'm probably going to do a multiple episode deal on this because I didn't realize that I would have so much input on all of the cool stuff that we have in here. You saw parts of it. I'll probably do a couple or 3 and see what it is, and we'll get back to it. I don't want to make these videos so long. Nobody's ever going to watch a 30-minute video, but I'll put it together. We'll see how it goes, and if you want an episode 2, put it down in the comments that you want an episode 2, and I would love to continue on with what the store, what, why, when, where, how, what I do, what I carry, and all of that good stuff. So stay.
I'm Tyler, and my favorite game is Kingdom Hearts 2.
Why?
Because Kingdom Hearts 1 was fine, but they improved everything. The storyline's fantastic. It's the first game that I felt like the storyline actually connected to me.
That's awesome. Thank you. Okay.
My name's Nicholas Bolden, and some of my favorite video games are the Kingdom Hearts series, and probably the Jedi games right now. Those are pretty good.
Awesome. Thank you. First, let's take a look this week at what came in the door in games, gizmos, and gadgets. So in place of games, gizmos, and gadgets this week, I'm going to show you something cool that came in that is not a product. It is something cool from a customer, Alex. He wrote us a letter, gave us a card, he handmade it, and I'm just speechless from the community of people that are here that support the store and the nice things that they say. Just a wonderful kid. Just thank you for all the fun you let us have. We love all of it, and from Guitar Hero to, I'm assuming it says Switch, to a lot of other things. Just how much better can you get than this in life when kids do things like this and bring it in? I'm just overwhelmed. Thank you, Alex. Hey guys, if you don't mind, take a minute and like and subscribe to the video so this goes out into the internet netherworlds. All right, today's guitar, I decided to pick a really weird one. I got $1,000 guitars hanging all over the wall, and you're probably wondering why I'm doing with a Kona over here. It's because it's a price point guitar. These are the guitars that I order in brand new. Tags are hanging off, doing what they do. It's a fine little guitar. I'm able to set them up and make them play really good. And this one, it's a player. All right, what's your name, sir?
I'm Jay Roberts, also known as Willie Roberts Music.
Willie Roberts Music. So, how long you been doing this stuff?
I've been involved with music right around 12-ish years or so, give or take.
Family thing, huh?
Yeah, it's a family thing. My mama was my biggest supporter when music was the go-to thing as a familial bond type ordeal. So, yeah, I've been pretty passionate about music for the past 12 or so years.
So tell me about your social media stuff.
I try about once every 2 days, once every 3 days to post a new video, something. I did one recently that's actually blown up a little bit, which I'm kind of proud of, which is probably the one I'll be doing for you.
All right, what's the name of the song?
Thunder Rolls by Garth Brooks.
Thunder Rolls.
3:30 in the morning, not a soul in sight. City's looking like a ghost town on a moonlit summer night. Raindrops on the windshield, there's a storm moving in. He's heading back from somewhere that he never should have been. And the thunder rolls. Yeah, the thunder rolls. The thunder rolls. And the lightning strikes. Another love grows cold on a sleepless night as the storm blows on out of control. Deep in her heart, the thunder rolls.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much.